Hello, 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 and welcome to Choose You Talk Show. Choose You Talk Show is a show about mental health, and today our topic is going to be separation anxiety. Separation anxiety. Separation anxiety is a normal stage of development for infants and toddlers. Young children usually experience a period of separation anxiety and they usually grow out of it about 3 years old. In some children, separation anxiety is a sign of a more serious condition known as separation anxiety disorder, starting as early as preschool. When you take the kids to the daycare and you drop them off, and when you go pick them up, they've had the worst day ever because they're missing mom, missing dad, missing all the normities that they normally deal with. And we often just write it off, let them get used to it. Most of them do, a lot of them do. But there are some children who don't get past that stage. There are some children who take that into adulthood with them. Less often, it's seen in adults and teenagers, but separation anxiety can leave a big hole, void, pit in your life. But of course, as with anything, treatment can help. And contrary to belief, getting help when needed is the best answer. If you need help, it's okay. Get you some. It's okay to get help. So many times we go without getting assistance when we need it. Worried about what people are going to think, worried about what people are going to say about us. If you need some help, go get you some help. It's okay. It's okay. When you put you first, when you choose you, that means all of your emotional aspects, all of the mental aspects of your life. Choose you. Choose you. Separation anxiety is diagnosed when symptoms are excessive past the developmental ages and can cause significant distress in daily functions. Um, of course, I researched it, but in all my findings, I actually found out that this is one of the things that I deal with: separation anxiety. I am not ashamed to admit it. If if you are a consistent follower of Fix It Dale, then you know my story. I recently lost my mom. It's going on a year in January. Not sure how that's gonna pan out or anything, but I'm looking forward to it. And this show is really dedicated to my mom. As you can see, I'm adorning the leopard print and the big jewelry. That's a Brenda Wells thing. If you know Brenda Wells, you know what I'm talking about. I even have my little leopard print mug for my coffees. Um, the separation anxiety is a huge, huge aspect of mental health. It's often overlooked or bypassed because of underlying situations or other issues that could possibly hold more weight, or take precedence over the situation. If you are suffering from mental health issue of separation anxiety, get help. Get help. I didn't realize I needed help. Initially, I didn't realize I needed help. I thought I was a big girl, had my big girl panties on. I could do whatever I needed to do and get past it. I was just going to be able to go past whatever I needed to. I was going to be who I was for everybody that needed me, not realizing I needed something, someone, some help. And it's okay to get help. There is a stigma in the, for lack of other words, black community that if you go for help, you're labeled crazy. Far from crazy, very educated, very astute. But keep in mind, I do know me. And because I had become aware of me, of my person, of who I was, what I needed, and what was to benefit me, I was able to go and get help. There are different symptoms for every mental illness. Again, some of them overlap and some, they get misconstrued. That's why you need this professional help. Because we tend to think that brushing it under the rug, sweeping it under the rug is going to cover it, but it doesn't. That doesn't take care of it. Some of the symptoms include reoccurrent or excessive distress about anticipating or being away from home or being away from loved ones. That in itself is crazy to think that you can handle that by yourself. You can't. You can't. If you are having an issue at all, in any case, you need some help. Yes, yes, yes. You can do it. You can self-soothe, self-medicate, whatever. But without the correct help, the correct professional help, you won't get past these things that you're going through. Constant excessive worry about losing a parent or other loved one to an illness or a disaster. Unfortunately, my situation was a little different. I'm biased to it. I am not gonna lie. I'm biased to people who tell me, "Oh, girl, my mom's sick," or my daddy just say, "My daddy ain't doing good." And okay, because you have that notification that there's a possibility that you may be without them. I wasn't granted. I wasn't granted those niceties, and it took toll on my emotional well-being, my physical well-being, my mental well-being, even my spiritual well-being. I growing up, you always hear, "Don't question God," blah blah. But I had to. Lord, why me? Lord, why did I have to go through this? Why you take my mama? And things just getting good, things just getting fun, things just getting exciting. Why you take my mama? She not gonna see the good stuff. She not gonna see the fun stuff. She not gonna see the happy stuff. She's not gonna see me mimicking her as a grandmother. She's not gonna see me, doing well in this profession, going into a job, into corporate America, going back to work. She's not gonna see me, even though she helped me fill out the application. She went with me when I went to go take the drug test. She was with me when I filled out the paper for the background check. She was not there when I started the job. And it took a toll. I became angry, upset, confused, withdrawn, You name it, that's what I was. Constant worry is another symptom that bad things will happen about being lost, being kidnapped, or something happening to your family and friends. Are they going to be lost? Are they going to be kidnapped? Are they going to be estranged? Why we can't all just get in one room and stay and just be close together and never have to worry about anything else? If I can see you, if I can lay eyes on you, I'm good. But it takes more than that. It's it again. If you are having these issues, get you some help. Get you some help. It took a long time for me to understand that as much as we love and wanted mom to be here, God loved and wanted her to be with him. And you born and you die. But your mindset says, no, 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 that don't happen to me. That's not supposed to be about me. That's not what I'm supposed to go through. That's not what I'm supposed to deal with. Why not you? Why wouldn't you go through that? Why wouldn't you experience that? Why wouldn't that affect your life? What makes you different? What makes you special? I don't know. But even in the toil of the dangers and the sad times and what you go through, you have to choose you. Focus on you. Decide, okay, now is a greater time as ever, and I'm going to be the best me that I can be. Another symptom is refusing to be away from home because of the fear of separation. Not wanting to go anywhere, not wanting to do anything, just wanting to stay at home all the time. All the time. That's not good. If it's an issue for you to be away from your home, get you some help. Not wanting to be alone. That's how a lot of people end up in those horrible, horrible relationships. Because you don't want to be by yourself. Having a partner, a piece of a partner, is better than not having anyone at all. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. If that's how you're feeling, get you some help. Get you some help. Reluctance or refusing to sleep away from home. I know that's crazy, but even with adults, you see it in little kids when they spend the night at a friend's house, don't want to go to sleep. I can't sleep over here. Adults have the same issues, have those same problems. Another symptom is repeated nightmares about separation. Dwelling on the worst possible situation. What's the worst case scenario? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Just sitting up focusing on it. You have to get past it. And see, then it starts to take a toll on your physical being, where you start having headaches, stomach aches, panic attacks, because you're not with your family or with the people that you're used to being with. And sometimes that can be more dangerous than just dealing with the separation anxiety. A panic attack during separation anxiety is the repeated episode of sudden feelings of intense anxiety and fear or terror that could reach a peak in minutes. So it can come on suddenly. It could be like nothing you've ever experienced, nothing you've ever went through, nothing that you've ever done before. Um, it's really a jolt to your system when there's a playback of what you've done, when someone comes to you and tell you, you know, on such and such, you did A, B, C, and D, and I'm concerned about you. I'm worried about you. But it happens. It happens. There's a chemical link in doing such. Again, please be advised that I am not a medical professional. I'm not licensed in this area. Again, I'm just providing a safe platform for us to communicate because I don't know, something I've gone through, something I've experienced, said, did, listened to may help you, and vice versa. Separation anxiety again begins in childhood, but just imagine how it rolls over into your older years, how it goes into your adulthood, how it affects your work, your just living, your child rearing. So if you're a child that didn't want your parents to leave you anywhere, when you become a parent, are you going to be able to leave your child anywhere with anyone? Probably not. Probably not. But if it gets that dangerous or you get that concerned about the situation, get you some help. We're going to go to some of the sponsors and then I'll be back and we're going to finish talking about the separation anxiety. And we're back. Well, there are risk factors that come with separation anxiety, the life stresses or losses that result in separation, such as illnesses or death of loved ones, loss of pets, divorce of parents, or moving to go away to school. Um, you don't realize the toll it takes on you until you are actually full thrust into that situation. Another risk factors are the certain temperaments, which may be more prone to anxiety disorder than others. The anger that can come from separation anxiety. There's a different level of anger that comes with it. Whereas we are used to the baby having a temper tantrum, could you imagine a full grown 45-year-old having the same temper tantrum as a 2-year old? That's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. But it happens. It happens. And so often we neglect telling the person, oh, listen, this is what happened when you got so angry, or brushing it off um, to it being a jealousy feat or something of that nature when it is an actual cry for help. Another risk factor could be your family history, including blood relatives that have that same issue. Now, if you have blood relatives that have issues, you might need to consider that it's a possibility that it can also happen to you. Environmental issues. So, do you live in a disaster prone area? Um, like the natural disasters, and you have to up and relocate. That can actually cause separation anxiety. And a lot of us put it off as, no big, not it being a big deal, but it's such a big deal that the mental health issues overlap. I mean, you think it's just anger. It could be separation anxiety, it could be PTSD. Without the correct diagnosis, you don't know. And or the regular layman cannot diagnose you. You need professional help for that. Separation anxiety can cause major distress and problems functioning in social situations at work or at school. Have you ever been around and saw someone blow up in school? A lot of the kids, they're going through different things. You never know what they're going through at home. So if a child acts out, we automatically say, especially when a child does too much, first thing we holler ADHD, because that's what we've heard so often. But you don't know what they're suffering from if they don't communicate with you, if no one's talking to you about it, and especially if they haven't been diagnosed. Disorders that can accompany separation anxiety: panic attacks, phobias, social anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and depression. This feeling can best be explained as a preservation mechanism to keep you from wandering too far. When you're young and your parents tell you, don't talk to strangers, stranger danger, stranger danger. Well, this is it. I mean, that would be one of the major tolls of why you why you deal with it the way you do. And it's nothing that you've done. It's nothing, there's no wrong or right way to handle it without the correct diagnosis. You have to get help. You most definitely have to get help. Um, Separation anxiety in adults is missing your folks, missing your significant other, your siblings, your mother, you know. But there are ways to deal with it on the level, you know. And one of them is knowing that separation is just temporary. Outside of death, separation is mostly temporary. 9 times out of 10, if someone is out of pocket, have to leave town, have to go to work, they're coming back. You should let your partner know how you feel. Let them know, okay, this is a major deal. I'm having separation anxiety. I'm having I'm having withdrawals from you. Just let them know. Because a lot of times we don't see that we need help ourselves. And it may be your partner that sees, okay, this is to a degree where the person needs help. You know, and some lean into the discomfort. It's okay to feel crappy. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let it out. As long as you're doing it in a safe way. If at any time your situation becomes unsafe, get some help. Don't put yourself in a predicament that you can't get out of. Get some help. Do things that are important to your partner while y'all are away from one another. You know, what I've found out that works with me in missing my mom and dealing with my mom being gone is making her proud. Cause she'll be up here singing, I'm so proud of you. So to know I would love to hear that. I just love to hear that in every aspect of my life, in every situation that I'm doing, going through, I'm dealing with. I want to hear that she's proud. So, of course, you see, I'm adorning the leopard print. That's a brother thing. No, you wouldn't have called me in leopard print. You wouldn't have called me in color. You wouldn't have called me in a whole lot of stuff. But things I've sort of opened up to a lot of things because of the desire to make her proud. Another way to deal with it is to keep active, both mentally and physically. So, you'll walk and talk and get your exercises in, but know what you need to do for you. You know, um, I have to read scripture daily. That's just what works for me. That's work that works for me. May not work for you. Find what's best for you. Choose you to find what's best for you. What works for you, choose you. Talk about your communication plans beforehand. Okay, I'm gonna give you a call at 2 o'clock. I give you a call at 7 o'clock. We're gonna hook up. My sister and I, we always okay when we get off the okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow because we know we need one another, and that's what makes us jive so well. Um, Focus on other important relationships in your life. I do know that since my mom has been gone, I have grandchildren. And my mom was one of the best grandmas in the world. I can give her a award, a trophy, a gold medal. She was that type of good grandma. So I'm in an effort to be that type of good grandma. I want to be the grandma that that the kids call for nothing or just want to spend time with. I got a call today from my grandson, just out of the blue. He got a tablet for Christmas, and he just wanted to let me know that now he can call me when he wants me. Who's excited about that? I am. I love being that grandma. So being that grandma helps me deal with and cope with what's going on with her. Plan something special for yourself. Make an effort to every day be a special day. And in closing, Philippians 4 6 and 7. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made unto God. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Thank you for tuning in to Choose You Talk Show. And whatever you say, whatever you do, please, please be mindful and make sure you choose you.